welcome or welcome back, whichever applies to you. As usual, we've got the scoreboard from last time up there, and we've got some videos looping from last time over there. So for anyone not keeping up, I've been working on the rings at the gym, and it started with the idea of doing a handstand. Now, I am getting upside down with the assistance of a bar that I've rigged up, and I am getting more comfortable there. But I will say I don't really consider that to be a handstand until I can do it without touching the bar at all. I've also been doing things like L-sits and what I call baby iron crosses. And I call it a baby iron cross because I feel like I'm about 75 degrees away from a real iron cross. So I took another day off. I'm back at it on November 9th for attempt number 10. And last time, as you can see, we got 242.7 seconds and 8 touchdowns. So let's get to it. Okay, before I begin, some focuses for the day. I'm going to see if I can work on coming down more slowly to reduce the touchdowns that we had last time. And I'm also going to see if I can start getting some kind of shoulder press-like motion going on. So attempt number 1. Let's see what we can do. I think my extension to an L-sit is looking a lot smoother and less jerky. Also, nearly no shaking when I'm out there. We picked up at just the right time. That's a pretty good descent. That was a little fast, but we did at least manage to push up at the right time to not touch down. And I will say when I cross my legs there, I think it shifts my center of gravity so far back that it's almost like some combination of an iron cross and a pec fly. And up we go again. You can see my hands shake until I tuck the rings against my shoulder and then they quit shaking. And I mean, I'm really getting kind of comfortable there. Okay, and that's it for that one. So if we go to the scoreboard, we can add 46.4 seconds in the air and 0 touchdowns. Okay, attempt number 2. Watch me go. And again, that's one of those almost pec fly-like baby iron crosses. This leans so far forward. Oh, that was very smooth up, very gentle. Oh, and some slight lift off, like a shoulder press. The descent was a little fast, but I didn't touch it all. Up we go again. And kind of tucking the rings against my shoulders. We touch down there. But we're going to keep going anyway. Oh, touchdown there. Can he do it? Yes, he can. And again, they're tucked up against my shoulders. This is almost like resting comparatively, if I'm going to be honest, because you're able to take just enough weight off. So that's the end for that one. If we go to the scoreboard, we can add 63 seconds in the air and 2 touchdowns. So on to the next one. Okay, attempt number 3. Let's go. And I see I'm nearly exclusively using a closed hand grip at this point. And those iron crosses that aren't shifted quite as far forward, I feel those a lot more in my upper back and like trap area. And we're up. Some slight lift off. Very awkward descent, but we did not touch. See if we can go up again, and we cannot. So we'll just do some baby iron crosses instead. Gonna try to go up again. And we up kick the bar. Very glad I have the weight on it there. And I don't know that I consider that head plant. I just kind of gently set down on it. But that's it for that one. So if we go to the scoreboard, we can add 46.7 seconds in the air and 0 touchdowns. All right, attempt number 4. Let's do it. And again, minimal shaking on this, even though we're almost at the last set. Up we go, and that was a pretty hard impact. And some slight lift off like a shoulder press. And I think as I fatigue, again, coming down slowly becomes more difficult. Going up slowly or in a more controlled fashion becomes more difficult as well. Oh, making it rain. And again, kind of resting there with the rings propped up against my shoulders. Just enjoying the upside down. Ooh, more slight lift off. And oh, we're going to do some more. And that's it for that one. So if we go to the scoreboard, we can add 55 seconds in the air and 1 touchdown. So on to the last one. Okay, 5th and final attempt for the day. I mean, still looking pretty good. I'm constantly impressed that this doesn't just totally fall off on like the last 2 or 3 sets. More slight lift off. That was actually perhaps the most lift off we've gotten so far. Going up again. And more slight lift off. Do it again. Or not. Okay. Oh, we're going to do some more. And that's all we got. So if we go to the scoreboard, for that one, it's 41 seconds in the air and 1 touchdown. So for the day, that gives us a grand total of 252.1 seconds in the air and 4 touchdowns. Okay, hopeless optimism time. So some takeaways. We got more time than last time. That second attempt by itself was nearly as much time as my whole first day in total was. So we now have over 25 minutes of time in the air across these 10 days. We managed to cut the touchdowns in half compared to last time, and I think a lot of that was the focus on more controlled descents. We've also started to get some level of shoulder press liftoff. And I know it doesn't look like much, but I think starting at the bottom is the most difficult place, and we can progressively work up from there. So I will say I've also talked about finding that balance point when I stand on my hands and how it feels very peaceful. And I feel like I'm starting to get there with the rings, particularly when I prop them up against my shoulders. Or it might just be the blood rushing in my head. So it still needs more work, and provided I survive Snowmageddon, I'll put out another video. So that's it for the day. Feel free to check back in, or not, up to you.